Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Full of BS podcast with myself and Noah,
What's going on, guys?
where we are just two guys who act like we know everything but actually don't know shit.
But actually, we know everything.
Exactly. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. We have a lot of things have happened since last week as it comes to me looking for a job, graduating, and Noah's actual employment status itself. Not really its employment status, but shit that you've seen at work.
Yes, I would say, even though I've only been working for a year, it's really been more than that because I do work more than the average person. Like, I don't work 9 to 5. It's more like a 7 to 6, and then drive back home and talk with my dad, who's the CEO, about what's happening. Then we get home, we talk more about it and stuff like that. So really, it's more like I'm never not working.
The thing is, I feel like nowadays a 9 to 5 is like a 7 to 7 because everyone wants you to work way more than you're supposed to for the same pay.
That's not true.
Bro, let me tell you, right? So I had an interview 2 days ago, right? And they specifically said that I'd be working 40 hours a week, or technically speaking 37 and a half hours, because full-time is 37 and a half plus the 2.5 hours of lunch. They gave me a breakdown of the hours.
What? I thought it's an hour lunch.
No, like it's like a half an hour per day, so it ends up being 37 and a half paid hours or something like that.
Okay.
Whatever. It's like when it's a salary, that's just what they call it, right? But they gave me a breakdown of the hours, and it was 50 hours, and they were only going to pay me for 40.
Explain how.
Okay, let me give like a full rundown of this fucking place, right? Because it actually pissed me the fuck off. But so if you guys don't know, I actually just graduated from university, and I've been applying for jobs. And I got some success with callbacks and stuff like that, but I haven't taken any offers that I've been given just because I don't either like the job itself or the pay's not well, whatever. So this place tells me that I'm going to be doing actual marketing stuff. Like I'm going to be in a marketing firm. I'm going to be making marketing plans for different companies and like just like cool little stuff like that, right? Where I'm actually on a team and we're like thinking of ways to advertise and whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, this place sounds really cool. So I do my first round interview, which is on Zoom. And it's me and another person, right, that are both interviewing for the same position, and then just one guy talking to us, right?
So you're interviewing at the same time?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's weird. Like, I was like,
That is
whatever.
Interesting.
Like, to be honest, it's kind of normal nowadays. It happens all the time.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that, but I don't know. Anyways,
No,
continue.
I agree. I wouldn't want to do that either. But whatever. So it actually kind of worked out in my favor because the other person was kind of stupid. Okay. So I looked better by comparison. But the guy really liked me. What's it called? Like literally before we even started the interview, he saw my drum set and he was talking like about how he plays the drums and like stuff like that, right? So
There you go. You're in.
already in, right? Like made a connection right there. And we're just talking about cool things like that before the interview starts. And then he likes me in the interview, right? So that same day, they call me and they asked me to come to a in-person interview the next day. So that was on Thursday, right? It is Saturday right now. But yeah, so on Thursday I go to their location. Right, I get there way early, fully by accident, by the way. But I get there early. I'm there like 15, 20 minutes early, and they start us. They said they were gonna start at 10 o'clock. They started at 10:15, so I was waiting for half an hour, right? And I'm in with another person as well, and I'm like, that's weird for an in-person interview. But she's like, oh, because you guys are gonna be here for an hour and a half. We're just giving you guys details of the company, and that's why there's 2 people. We don't want to spend 3 hours on 2 people, right? Okay, no worries. Other guy also didn't seem like the best candidate for the job, but whatever. So I told you guys, marketing firm said they're going to make you do individual marketing plans for different companies and advertising strategies and all this cool stuff, right? So I'm excited for it. The second we get into the conference room, they hand us a pamphlet. The pamphlet is for Rogers, like the internet TV company, and that's kind of weird to me because I'm not applying for Rogers. I'm applying for a marketing firm. And then they start talking to us about the company for about an hour. They don't say anything about this Rogers stuff, but then they ask us to open it up. And what they tell us is that we're actually gonna be door-to-door salesmen for Rogers.
Hell no. Was that in the job description?
No, it was a marketing position, like advertising.
And they said.
And then they said that we're gonna get paid. Listen to this. So minimum wage in Canada is $15 an hour. They were gonna pay us $15 an hour, okay, to go door to door, to like 50 different clients, and maybe hopefully one wouldn't tell us to fuck off, right? And we would either get 15 times 40 hours a week, so $600, when or what? Sorry, so it was either gonna be the $600 for 40 hours, or commission, not and commission. And I'm like, how does that work? Well, if you don't sell enough and you make under $600, we'll just give you the base pay. If you make over that, then you'll get the base pay plus the difference. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I ask what the hours are. So on the actual job posting, it said 9 to 5, right? She then writes down on the whiteboard, Monday to Friday, 11:30 till 8:30. Okay? So that right there is 45 hours right there. But the thing is, if we're door-to-door salesmen, I looked it up on their reviews after as well. They're not paying for your gas because you have to drive your own car to this specific neighborhood. And then at 8:30, when you finish your work, you have to drive back to your house. So let's say you can be an hour and a half away. I get home at 10 o'clock. But then they have the nerve to tell me, oh yeah, you also work Saturdays 11 till 3, I think. Or 10 to 3, sorry, 10 to 3.
And this was nowhere in the job description?
No, the job description was I'm advertising for different companies. Not I'm walking around asking people if they want to upgrade their Rogers packages and hope that they don't tell me to go suck a dick.
Well, maybe that is advertising for other companies, right? Like you are technically doing that.
No, but the job description is I'm working in a group making marketing plans. And some of the marketing plans include advertising, right? Not the whole job is advertising for one specific company. They said they have nearly 200 companies under their wing that they want you to make these plans for. Not just work for Rogers.
This sounds more like a grade 10 job.
It
right?
is.
Like a grade 10 summer.
Bro, I looked at
door to door.
I looked at the person interviewing me. I'm like, do I look like a high school kid?
So then what'd you do? You just like basically said, nah, I'm not interested.
I started like laughing because like at that point I was just kind of there just listening just to kind of get some shits and giggles in because I had nothing else to do that day. She's like, oh yeah, we have a really fun culture here.
What do you mean? I'm not even there.
On Fridays, we do casual Fridays where you get to dress up how you want to instead of in a full suit.
Well, okay.
Hold up. And then Wednesday is bring your own ethnical food to the office day.
No. See, depends on the business, but I would say probably 9 out of 10 businesses don't need to wear suits. If you're not interacting with anybody except the people at your work, why do you got to wear a suit? Like, I love that I can just go to work in sweats and a t-shirt and just chill. I'm there for long hours. I don't want to wear a suit.
I mean, I'm a little different. I'm not saying wear a suit. I like wearing like button-ups or like just nice clothing to work to present yourself, like for whatever the case may be. Like if a client comes to your office, you want to still look good. You know, have your hair done.
Yeah, I understand if you have clients, but
not even like that. Like what's it called? You also got to dress to impress, right? I'm not saying wear a full suit and tie and like all that stuff. Like I would have like a nice like maybe colored button shirt or whatever, some nice jeans, some nice shoes or whatever. Just presentable. Maybe a fat tattoo on the right arm.
I don't agree. I think if you're it depends what you're doing. If you're just working for a job and that's the culture that they set, sure.
No, I'm talking like marketing jobs.
No, because even marketing jobs, it's like a lot of the meetings are on Zoom now. You're not meeting really face to face. Yeah, even like my dad, for example, a big company came on Friday to the office.
Okay.
They make like $100 million a year.
Okay.
So they're pretty big. They want us to do some products for them. My dad's in a t-shirt and sweats. The point is that if the business speaks for you, you don't have to dress to impress. If you can do something better than other people can, people don't care.
Yeah, but you're talking about the boss versus a regular employee who's trying to work their way up.
I would say that your work speaks for itself. You don't have to dress to impress.
No, like if you want to get your foot in the door, you have to look good, I think.
Yes,
and also, by the way, I'm talking about in-person work, not over the Zoom bullshit where you have underwear on and like fucking and like a nice shirt up top.
I would just say for me, like it doesn't matter, but I
wow.
don't know, I guess for other people it matters.
What's it called? Owner-son privilege. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's no enforcement at my work to dress super nicely. Like you can do basically whatever you want. I mean, not whatever you want, but
yeah,
you know what I mean. Okay, so clearly that job's a bust then.
But yeah, but like think about it, like, cause that's like I've had like I've applied to say like a dozen jobs, and per every dozen jobs that I apply to, I get like 2 callbacks, and I do at least 1 interview, right? So that 1 interview, when they fucking lie to your face and like instead of marketing, you're doing door-to-door bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my buddy, he also offered to get me a job at his place, right? He had a shipping company, or his family owns a shipping company. I'm like, great, okay, so you want me to do marketing? Because I went to school with this guy, and I went into marketing. He went into like supply chain management, whatever. And he's like, yeah, of course. So I talked to his VP, and his VP is like, yeah, we're gonna get you started off in sales. I'm like, no, the fuck you ain't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cause yo, like, am I a server? Like, I used to be a restaurant server, a waiter. Am I still a waiter?
No.
You know why? Because I want my pay to be stable. What's it called? Everyone's offering me telling me what I can make in the future, not what I can make now. And then they keep saying, "Oh, but you get commission." I'm like, yeah, but I'm not getting paid otherwise.
Well, why are you applying for jobs that have commission base?
I'm not. In the descriptions, it's only salary.
I don't know. Maybe you gotta keep applying, see what.
Well, of course I'm gonna keep applying. I have another interview on Monday, and this is an actual product company. So hopefully they can't. It's not a company that you can do door-to-door sales for or call people and.
You don't have to say the company, but what do they
Temporary tattoos.
Temporary tattoos. Okay.
They're actually doing really well, like in their advertising on like TikTok and stuff. Like I like they have an ad post that has like over 1 million likes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when you're doing these interviews, do you have like, are you preset on your answers? Do you know what they're gonna say? What you know you're gonna say.
Not exactly, like, but what I have realized is that like it's always been like a part of me, but I've always been really good at talking to any kind of person, like changing my demeanor towards any kind of person I talk to.
Adapt.
Yeah, like when I was a server, especially at my last job when I worked at a bar, a sports bar, I was able to talk to. It didn't matter if you were like a parent with kids, or if you were like having a work party, or if you were like say just a kid on a first date. I was really good at like changing how I talk to you to impress you. Mm-hmm. And what I realized, especially when I'm doing these interviews, is that a lot of people are maybe a few years older than me, came from the same kind of schooling background, whatever. So I'm able to find connections real quick. Like I told you, like my last.
So your biggest strength is like communication.
Oh yeah, which is what I think is perfect for marketing.
Yeah, that's actually my biggest weakness. Because for me, when I'm at work, I realize that communication is one of the most important things. Just as I started, when someone gave me a task to do, in my head, I'm saying, okay, I know what you've asked me to do. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do it, and I'll implement it into whatever I'm doing, right? But what I say is, okay.
Oh, God.
And it comes off as like dismissive.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, sorry. It also helps that every job I've had since I started working when I was 15 years old, in some way, shape, or form, was in the service industry. Yeah. Whether it be being in, I believe I was in 5 different restaurants, whether it be as a waiter, a pizza chef, a dishwasher, or working in construction where I talked face to face with customers as I was fucking putting posts into the ground or whatever. So I definitely have that, but I've always been a really chatty guy. Like. Yeah.
I would say for anybody that's looking to strengthen one skill in specific for business, if you're entering the business world, is to have strong communication skills. Because people can't, like, you can think that you can do something or you can do something, but if you don't communicate it properly, other people don't think that you can.
Yeah.
Right? So, that was a challenge for me where people would say, oh, well, why didn't you do this? Right? And I say, I did it. I just didn't say that I did it. Right? So there's also finding the balance of you don't want to annoy people too much, like saying, oh, I did this and I did this and I did this, because then it comes off as like showing off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, communication, and that really only comes with experience. Like, for me, what I found was when you get a task, you ask questions, what they want to see, and then you show a final result. You don't say, like, you ask questions, you do it. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, they didn't give me instruction and stuff like that. Obviously not. They're not going to sit there and guide you through every single process because they also don't know.
Yeah,
right?
they just tell you what to do, and you have to find a way to do it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, we want, let's say for marketing, we want 1,000 followers and 10 posts. You don't have to come to them and say, oh, well, today I followed 100 people and I got 50 followers back and I made 2 posts about this and this. They don't care, right?
No, you only tell them what you did if they really ask you.
Yes, exactly.
Like if like in that scenario, right? If you go to the boss and you're just giving them a rundown of
What you did.
then they're like, what the fuck? But let's say you get like 500 followers in a day, the boss might come to you and be like, oh, how'd you do that? And then you'd be like, oh, this is what I did, right?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you shouldn't be talking to somebody about every fucking thing you do
Exactly.
unless you're in a team with them or something.
Yeah, but yeah, that's one important skill. But I think for us, or at least specifically for me, my biggest strength is the fact that I'm self-aware, and I think you're probably the same way.
Yeah.
It comes with more experience, but being self-aware, it's so noticeable in the workplace because people who aren't self-aware are emotional. They want to have their opinions heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you like I didn't start off as the most self-aware person, right? Like I would also get stressed because I had a lot of work to do and stuff like that. You can't like you have to think about it that they're paying you to do a certain job, and when they tell you, oh, we want it this way or we want it that way or change this, change that, it's not a attack on you. It's that they're paying you and they want you to do things a certain way. You can't be like, oh, they don't listen to my ideas and stuff like this, right?
Why don't you ever look and see if your ideas are good or not?
No, that's enough. So this is also another part of being self-aware. I think that I have, and I know that I have good ideas because, for example, in the cannabis industry, it's hard to get products to be listed on the OCS. Well, basically, the way that cannabis works in Canada is like the LCBO, where you have to pitch it to the government, more or less, and then they pick and choose, right? Yeah. But there's lots of competition. Everybody's doing the same thing. So when we have a meeting about what we're going to pitch or different flavors of products and stuff like that, everybody comes in with, they're coming in hot. Oh, we should do this. We should do this. We should make it like cool and funky, or we should make it clean. And I just sit back and because I'm self-aware, I know that everybody's going to have an opinion, right? Then I sit back. I say, okay, I got you. You want to make it fun. You want to make it clean. You want to do it like this. You want to make it this size. I take all of it, internalize it, and then pitch something that makes everybody like you can't please everybody, but something that addresses every single point. That's how you make good, proper business decisions, and it becomes apparent when you're self-aware. So,
you know what I realized though when it comes to actual being aware? So when I started my serving, right? Because serving is a predominantly it's female like dominant. Sorry, it's an area that's mostly dominated by female employees, and I got no problem with that, right? But at the last place that I worked at, it was a bar, and I was one of 2 guy servers, right? And there was about 20 to 25 female servers. So imagine like I'm in the break room just hanging out. All of a sudden, a girl comes in and starts talking to me about like issues with like men in her life or something, right? And she
like leave personal stuff out. But anyway,
no, I'm not gonna give names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Trust me. But like literally, almost every single girl at that place told me that men are trash. And I'm like, are you not aware that I'm a dude? like, like I look at them.
emotional for no reason.
Yeah, and then what's it called? Like, they get upset at me when I'm like, what? Maybe did you do anything maybe wrong? Did you think about it? And they're like, how could I? I'm like, what do you mean? How could you do anything wrong? You could have like, I'm not telling anyone what they've done wrong and right. I'm like, you're saying that all men are trash, but you haven't met all men. Yeah. You've met like, let's say if it's dating, you've dated 3 or 4 of them, right? You had some bad luck, or maybe you picked wrong, whatever.
It's because they're not self-aware.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like they're not aware about this kind of stuff. And then when it comes to like talking to tables, I've literally seen these servers bring out their love life to their tables. And then their tables are like, dude, can you just grab me my sandwich?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and then what's it called? And then they'll get bad tips, and then they'll blame the men. And I'm just like, dude, you're not being aware of the situation right now. Mm-hmm. You're talking to somebody who's with their fucking wife and kids, trying to have a good time, and then you're talking to them about how bad your boyfriend was to you.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many people that, and I always say it, common sense is just not that common. Like it actually blows my mind. And today, speaking of, Well, I guess we'll change the subject
Go
here,
for it,
but
go for it.
today I was grabbing this aroma, and like 9 out of 10 times, no, not 9 out of 10 times.
By the
But-
way, Aroma is like a coffee shop
Yeah.
that originated from Israel and it's now in Canada.
My biggest pet peeve is when people take too long to order. Like I'm saying, like at a like you go to Freshie Aroma, you just like order a coffee, they bring it, you dip, or you could sit down. But you know what I'm saying,
Well,
right?
like the people who look at the menu and like there's all
They look at
surprised.
the menu. The person in front of me, there's a couple in front of me.
Okay.
They're asking, what size is the medium? It's the one in between the small and the large. Like it's not a lifetime decision, you know?
Keep in mind, like these coffee shops literally have the small, like medium, large cups on display, so you can just look at it.
Yeah, can you make sure you fill it up to the top? They're laughing. I'm sitting just behind them, just like I'm so fast when I order. I said, this is what I said. I'll get an iced aroma to go. She said, okay, and I paid. That's it. My wallet was already out, grabbing my card. I tapped it. I was in and out within like 10 seconds, right?
And you know the person behind you is like thankful that you fucking were quick.
Yeah. Like, why is it never like that for me? I've never had someone just like fucking go to the register, know what they want, pay, like get ready to pay, and just dip. That's it.
Nah, no, like the worst, like especially like in my serving days was when like, so actually no, let me change it, right? So when I would go out with my family, right, just for dinner, like we go out, let's say every Friday, it'd be me, my brother, my mom, and my dad, right? And the lady would be in front of us asking us what we want to eat. And I would just shoot off what I want, right? I'd be like, okay, this is what I want to eat, whatever. And then like somebody in my family would be like, no, how about you get this? I'm like, you couldn't tell me this beforehand?
Yeah,
Before they got here?
came.
Yeah. Or like, guys, what would you like as an appetizer? I'm like, why didn't you ask us literally 2 minutes before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the waitress is just waiting for us. And I'm looking at her like, like I swear to God, my family will be ordering halfway through the order. I'll be like, you know what? We're not ready. Come back in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not wasting your time. You can waste our time.
That's a class move right there.
It is. And they would get mad at me. They would just get, I'm like, why you didn't figure out what you want to eat.
Yeah. If you like either at a restaurant before, unless it's like All-Star wings, they just have like 100 different flavors with no description on them. There's no way to know, right?
Yeah, in that case, yeah.
But in terms of like just sitting in a line or the average restaurant, you should know what you want before you order. I feel like that should just be like a common thing, right?
Yeah.
Especially like if you're in the line just like getting something to go, what are you doing in the time that you're like before you order that you can't like look at the menu and just choose what you want?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like,
So fucking annoying. Then you come, so like what's the sweet thing here? It's like right there. Like
fucking read it. It tells you what's in it.
Yeah.
Like the 4 ingredients are right there. Like I'm not trying to diss my mom at all.
Yeah.
But like one time she went like on a vacation with her sisters, and me, my brother, and my dad went out to eat. And literally we sat down, we got the menus, right? My dad already knew what he wanted. My brother already knew what he wanted. I already knew what I wanted. So we're like, okay, do you guys want to get an appetizer? Yeah, sure. Let's get one thing. Okay, Jamie pick. Cool. I like that. The waitress comes. 15 seconds. I want this to start, and then we want this, and we're good. Maybe we'll get some dessert after. She looks at us, and we look back at her. We're like, before she says anything, oh yeah, our mother's on vacation. Like I love my mom, but she's the kind of person that loves to share, like food. So whatever you order, she has to like first. So like, let's say I'm getting a burger. Like, she'll be like, Jamie, can I have some of if you get this side, can I have some, or can I have a piece of your burger and I'll order something that you want? So I'm like, just get what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just
So
keep it moving.
So yeah. So like literally, we fucking sit down. Within 15 seconds of getting our menus, we already we order, and the waitress looks at me and my dad and my brother, and we're like, yeah, she's on vacation. And she's like, you know what? I get it. The food will be out in a minute. No worries. And we just started dying of laughter the moment she left, and we called my mom. We're like, yeah, you're the problem, not us.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, there's just the people that get it, and unfortunately, there's the people that don't.
I swear, between between like me talking about like women in the service industry and last week talking about why women will never say thank you when you open the door, I sound like such a misogynistic piece of shit.
That's what Evan said. My buddy said.
He called me a misogynist?
Yeah, it sounds like. He didn't call you that, but he said it sounds like. But on a different note, though.
I'm an asshole.
After our podcast and you saying that women don't say thank you, I went to the gym.
Oh, God.
And, underground parking, a girl's coming from behind, right?
Okay.
So I open the door, and I do one of the ones where I open it and I kind of like I don't open it and let her walk through, right? Like
okay.
I open it like that and I hold it. Because I'm also going.
Yeah. You're going the same way. You open the door, and as you walk in, you just hold the door open.
Yeah. So it's like kind of behind me so she doesn't pass me. No, thank you. No, thank you. Right? That's one. But there's another door right beside. There's two doors. So I do the same thing again.
Why would you do this? Dude, I'm sorry. Hold up. Before you finish that, if you open the door for somebody and they don't say thank you and you're going to open the door before them again, you close it in front of them.
No, she was like right beside me.
No, you open it just so you can slide in.
No, but okay, so I was thinking maybe she knows that there's another door right there. So she'll say thank you after the second door. Because it's only like a few steps to the next door. No thank you again. Right? Then we go up the stairs. That one's not really like a door. It's more like a small gate to get into the gym.
Yeah.
But I opened that one as well. No thank you. So 3 doors I opened. Or technic 2.5, you want to call it?
Doesn't that make you want to just grab her and like pull her behind the fucking gate again and close it on her?
I mean, that was something.
Like I'm sorry, I'm not an asshole when I say this. I'm not a fucking
It's facts.
I'm not a what's it called, a Sigma male or a Giga Chat or whatever you want to call it. Like if I open the door for you and you don't say thank you, you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, in my experience, it's happened mostly with women.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no, but see, the reason I thought of this story, because usually I wouldn't care about stuff like that, but so I want to preface, I have nothing wrong with people like this. It's all good in the hood. Yes, there was a disabled guy that was at the gym, right? So he has like trouble walking.
Okay.
Like, he has a cane. He's not in a wheelchair, but like he has like a.
He just like he has a cane. Okay.
Not a cane, like a
walker.
A walker. So, I'm wearing a shirt from work. I'll get into that, but he couldn't get the 45-pound dumbbell from the bottom rack to the, because his upper body's fine. It's more just like his legs.
Okay.
So he couldn't get the 45-pound
dumbbell.
Not dumbbell.
Barbell.
No, the round
plate.
You can get the 45-pound plate to the chest thing like this, right? That you sit on.
Oh, the machine one, the chest press. It's chest press, yeah.
Chest. Yeah. Okay. So I help him out. Thanks, dude, all that stuff, right?
Okay.
Then he's doing curls. He can't put the weight down, so I help him out again. And keep in mind, it's not like it's just me and him in the gym, right? Like there's people all around.
Yeah.
I'm just the only one that sees that he's struggling to like put the weight back, and he couldn't, so I helped him out, right?
Okay.
His thanks, all this stuff, right? He says, hey man, like thanks a lot. By the way, I really like your shirt. I was wearing a shirt from work. So we have like
the cannabis company.
Yeah. So we have like a lot of those shirts. I was in a good mood. So I was like, you know what, buddy? I'll get you one. I got his number. I said, I'll give you one, right?
Okay.
So this was like last week.
Okay.
So I was saying, okay, just come at the gym like almost every day. Between these times, just let me know. I'll bring it. He says, I can't really make it to the gym this week. All good. I said, I'll drop it off at your house for you.
Why? What the fuck are you doing, bro? You trying to fuck this guy?
No. It's just like, I was in a good mood that time. I told him I'd give him a shirt, but he couldn't make it to the gym. And he lives, like, when I walked my dog, I would always see him. So I knew he lived very close. Okay. Right? So he says, oh, thanks, whatever. Drop the shirt off at his front door. Dip, text him. I dropped the shirt off for you. I didn't get a thank you after I gave him the shirt. So what's your take on that?
I would grab the shirt back. I'm sorry, like I don't like. He was nice until he got what he wanted.
Yeah, and then he just ghosted me pretty much.
He got ghosted by that man. Like what I don't get is like, okay, so like people always say it's a Canadian thing with how much we say thank you or whatever, and I'm just like, dude, it's just like.
Yeah, it's just like a common thing that you should do.
Like, how do you not show somebody like, what's it called? Like I was at a concert Thursday night, right? And the guy said he did the lead singer is like, I did a Q&A before with the premium pass or whatever people, and every time I answered a question, they said thank you, and I was weird. They weren't like okay, like Americans, because Americans after you do something for them, they say okay. They don't say thank you. They say okay.
I realized that,
and I don't know if I believe that or whatever.
No, we're considerably more nice.
No, but I don't know, like whatever. I'm just because I look at him, I'm like, dude, that's. Like, what's it called? Did your teacher give you credit when you came to school on time?
No.
So why should I like get praised for saying what I should say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Were you not taught to say thank you growing up?
No, I don't think they were.
Like, I don't know. People are fucking assholes, okay? And
Yeah.
some of them just deserve to fucking get slapped in the face.
Yeah. I do like. That's another thing. I'm just like. I'm just nice. I'm just a nice person. I think I'm nicer than most people. That I will. Am I nicer than most people though? Let me know in the comments for those that know me.
What a fucking douchebag. Nah,
I think I'm nicer than the average person.
Dude, every time I get in an argument with one of my friends and like my parents, like we're talking about stuff and I bring it up, they're like, Jamie, you just have a heart of gold, okay? Like you just want to do stuff that's so nice that most people just don't want to do. And I look at them like, I get it. I'm a fucking beauty, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
you should just be nice. You know?
Like, just be fucking nice to each other. Like I swear to God, like, I'll have issues with my buddies, and I'll like talk to people about it, and they're like, dude, why the fuck are like do people like not just my friends, but like in general, people just don't have human decency.
I agree.
And I look at them, I'm like, everyone thinks that this world is like do or die situations, and I'm just like, dude, what's wrong with like. I don't know, you fucking picking this guy up before you go somewhere versus telling them to fucking grab an Uber or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, these are the issues that we fight about. You know what I mean?
Which is a joke.
Like, we're going to go play soccer. A guy asked me to pick him up. No worries. It doesn't matter if he's on the way or off the way, right? I'll leave a bit early. But everyone, oh, you know, I would, but, like, unfortunately, I can't go backwards for some reason. I'm like, dude, go fuck yourself. Right?
Yeah. Like, I don't want to praise myself too much.
But you are going to?
I am so mentally stable that it's like you can't say. I honestly think there's nothing anybody can say to me that will like destroy me or hurt me. You know?
You have a small dick.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like I'm so like.
You have a receding hairline.
I so know.
You're getting a little chubby.
Okay, that's not true. But anyways,
so you guys hurt his feelings. Let's
okay,
go, baby.
So you know, I just know that like 99%, unless it's like family stuff, there's no reason to care.
Yeah.
Right? Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I've known you for a long time, and what's it called? You don't get upset a lot. For sure. Like, I've literally seen you upset once in your life, and it was for the funniest reason.
Why? Well, I don't even remember.
When we were in Israel, and you were told that you were going to go stay with your family you'd never met before, and that your fucking uncle was going to take you to your grandfather's, like grave spot, and you've never met him, and you just started bawling your eyes out.
Yeah, but the family stuff.
Right? I know, it is family stuff. But I looked at you, I'm like, dude, you've never met him. There's no emotional attachment there.
Yeah.
Right? That's the one time I've ever seen you even cry.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm just so mentally stable that nothing affects me. I'm like Kawhi Leonard up here.
Fucking robot. No, like, dude, my brother always looks at me and is like, dude, you're so emotional. And I'm like, no, you're just a fucking robot, dude.
Nah, that's how you should be, though. Okay.
Not robotic.
I'm not like, I get cranky from time to time. Like when we just got to Punta Cana and I didn't sleep the night before and we were trying to get a room and Jamie was like, he's checking stuff out.
No.
He was looking
That's not what
around.
happened. That's not what.
Okay, this is what I remember because I was literally this exhausted that like I just needed to like take a nap, right?
Okay.
So I was like fighting to stay awake, and I was trying to get a room, and I don't remember. I guess Jamie was looking around, talking to people or whatever. I was so mad because I just wanted to get in the room and literally close my eyes and just pass out. So yes, I do get cranky, but I wouldn't say that's like a emotional like take, you know.
Can I tell the full story of that though?
Yes.
Okay, so we gotta go like a full day before that. Okay, so me, Noah, and I believe was it 5? 1 second. And 6 other people plan to go on this vacation, right? And so me and Noah, we had a room together, and then there was 3 other rooms or whatever for people, or actually no, 4 because Raph went by in his own room. But whatever. So everyone was like getting ready to go, but there was COVID guidelines, so we like would go on a Zoom call and make sure that everyone knew what to do beforehand, you know, get tested, all that stuff, right? And I asked the guys, when's the flight? Because I was told about it, but then because like a lot of these guys I thought of were Noah's friends, I just stayed out of it. I didn't want to put my 2 cents into anything that we should do. I didn't want to, you know, piss anybody off, right? I think I went as like a +1. That's how I saw it, right? And so whatever, they're planning stuff, and all I asked was, what time was the flight? The flight was like 8 a.m. So I'm like, okay, so we'll be there at 5, right? Because you always go to the airport 3 hours beforehand. Like I know some people say 2 hours if you're going international or whatever, but like 3 hours in my opinion. And then I get a phone call at 1:30 in the morning, I believe. 1:30 in the morning, and it's this guy. And I wake up and I'm like, and I'm half asleep, so I'm like, what's up, bro? And he's like, okay, yo, we gotta go soon. I'm like, what do you mean? We don't gotta leave for another like 3 hours, right? I have to wake up at 4:30 to leave at 5, right? And my dad was gonna drive us. He's like, dude, everyone's already there. I'm like, what?
Which is true.
I'm like, what do you mean everyone's already there? Sorry. So they got there at like 1:30 in the morning, right? Because they were afraid that it was going to take like 6 hours to do COVID screening and international like customs. Or not, was it just U.S. customs? Was it international customs? Whatever. So I look at Noah, I'm like, Noah, you're going to call me again in an hour. I know you. Don't call me for another 2.5, 3 hours, right? I'm sleeping. And then he starts texting me out like a motherfucker, right? So my dad is like he literally woke up to take a piss in the middle of the night, right? And as he woke up, I'm like, yo, can we go soon? He's like, fine, whatever, right? And we pick up Noah at 2:45, okay? 2:45, I think it was. Now, now, let's understand. I go to bed late. I usually don't go to bed at that time, let alone wake up to go somewhere, okay? 2:45 in the morning, pick him up. We get to the airport at 3:30, okay? We are literally at the door to the gate at 3:50. It took us
Let's say 4.
Fine. Took us half an hour to do baggage claim, security, COVID screenings, and you don't have to do customs, not customs, and whatever the fuck it was, right?
Or whatever.
Yeah, just whatever the fuck it was.
Whatever. Just getting through the whole thing took like half an hour.
Half an hour. And I look at everybody, and Noah's like fucking tired, right? But Noah, you just don't sleep on airplanes, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't.
So he just doesn't sleep on airplanes, right? So our flight was like 3 hours to Punta, right? So we're there at like 11 a.m. Noah's maybe slept like an hour the night before.
I didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, and me, I can sleep on an airplane fine. So you know me, I'm folded in half like this. I have a neck pillow too, and I'm sleeping, right? I'm good, right? We get there at 11 a.m. and we take a bus from there to the hotel, which is like another hour and a half, right? So we're there at 12:30.
So already looking at like over, let's say, a day and a half of me not sleeping.
Yeah, and I'm blaming Noah's friends for this because we could have literally left at fucking 4:30 at the time that I was going to go, be there at 5, and be in the gate by 5:30.
Yeah,
6 o'clock.
And when we got to our gate, they had at like, let's say 4, they had already been there for like 2 hours.
I think longer, to be honest.
2.5 hours. Like,
do you fucking hear this shit? They were there for 6 hours before the flight, right? You guys are. I'm sorry. You guys you're gonna see this? You're fucking stupid for that. But so what's it called? So we get to the actual resort, and me and him we're sharing a room because everyone else is either in a couple or whatever, right? So we go to the guy, and we're like, hey, we're here to check in. He's like, okay, your room is still being cleaned. It'll take like half an hour. Okay, fine. We leave. We go talk to the guys. Two out of the so there was 9 people total, and that means there was 5 rooms, right? So out of the 5 rooms, 2 of them automatically got their keys. So their place must have been like just cleaned already. Me and Noah are waiting. 5 minutes goes by. I'm gonna go talk to him again. 5 minutes goes by. I'm gonna go talk to him again, and I'm like, dude, he told us to wait half an hour, bro. It's been 5 minutes. If you want, we can go get some food or whatever, or we can chill or whatever. No, our room is ready. He goes back. First of all, he snaps at. I forgot who it was. He snapped at a guy like that, and I'm like, dude, don't you fucking dare snap at somebody.
Listen, I was out of it.
You were. He starts like, cause he went back to the front table, but the guy is like dealing with someone else. He starts snapping, and I'm like this, and I look at Noah. I'm like, dude, Noah, don't start this trip off this way. You're gonna get us, dude. They're gonna jerk off on our sheets or something. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna do something. The guy comes back. Is our room ready? So it'll be like another 5-10 minutes. I'll give you your keys now. By the time you get there, it'll be cleaned, right? So Noah's like, fuck yeah, dude. And I'm like, and I just look at Noah. I'm just like, I look at the guy as well. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I think I gave the guy at the front a tip.
Yeah.
Cause I felt bad. I'm like, that was a fucking, bro, you snapped at the guy. And I was like, bro, you fucking bitch.
It was more like I just needed to lie down for a minute, you know?
Yeah. And
I was getting very, very, I am impatient. I will say that.
Yeah. But let's go a little bit further, right? So now it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and everyone's like, all right, we're going to rest for like 2 hours. We're going to see what the beach is like, explore, and then 6 o'clock, we'll go back to the room, shower, go to dinner, right? I'm like, okay, that's perfect. He crashes. I think I took a nap as well or whatever, and we explore. It's a good time. We see where all the food spots are, and then we pick what we want to eat for dinner because there's like a bunch of different restaurants that are free, and we go. So we pick like some random fucking place. I think it was like a seafood place for the first night. We sit down. By the time we sit down, Noah, excuse me.
No, I
Waiter,
wasn't doing that.
Waiter.
I don't think I was snapping.
It was the last time you did. I'm pretty sure. Cause I got really mad. I remember I just looked at you. I'm like, dude, snap at them again, and I'm gonna snap at you. Okay. Like I got mad, right? And the waiter comes over. He's like, we want drinks, and I'm like, Noah.
No, maybe. I don't remember.
You were on a fit that. It was funny. You were on a fit that day. Right, and it's not me like shitting on you. It was like now it's fucking hilarious. And so we get some drinks or whatever, and we order our food. Everything goes by fine, and then I just look at Noah like as we leave. I'm like, yo, do that again. And Noah's like, you know what, my bad. And the rest of the week was fine, but the first day he was tired as shit, so he was just fucking.
Yeah, I was just out of it. That's all it was. I wasn't there mentally.
And I'm like. But yeah, so that's the story of how I got cheesed at you because you were snapping because our friends went to the fucking airport 6 hours before the flight. Which, by the way, once again, who the fuck goes to the airport 7 hours before a flight?
Well, there are some people that take extreme measures.
She knows who she is.
You know.
If you're watching this, you know exactly who you are.
I don't think she'll watch it, but
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean. It is what it is.
Like
you can't. That's the thing. I'm not perfect. You know, I still get angry, especially when I have to wait in line or stuff like that. But I would say just like I don't let it affect me past when it happens, kind of thing.
Yo, can I ask you another question about that? So, what's it called? When we were at this resort, right? Every night we went to like pretty much a different restaurant, right? Besides maybe like an Italian place we went twice, I think.
Yeah.
And like we knew, like after a certain amount of days, we saw that all the portions were tiny, right?
Yes.
And we're we're either like big guys or really tall guys. So either way, we weigh like a solid like 200 pounds each, or whatever. We eat like fucking trains, right? So.
My breakfasts were probably like 2,000 calories.
Yeah, you would have like a fat omelet with like it was great.
Toast, French toast, pancakes, syrup on top. The whole deal.
Like we were eating like not good food, but we were eating good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember like especially towards the end of it, we would like when we ordered our like food from a restaurant, it would be like everyone got an appetizer minimum, maybe 2, and everyone got an entree, maybe 2. But like there's 9 of us, so there would be like 11 or 12 plates per 9 people. So
No, I swear we always got 2 entrees by like the end of it.
not me. Like I know me specifically. I would order one if I wanted more after. I'd order another one after. And I think like a couple of people did that too. But like some people just ordered it right away. Like I want these 2 no matter what.
There were restaurants that the portions were significantly smaller.
Oh yeah, it was like you ordered like a fucking like a chicken. And it was like a fucking 1 drumstick.
No, there was one where it was like an appetizer, but it was literally a piece of salami.
Oh, the carpaccio.
Yeah, like literally 1 piece of salami.
With like the fucking bullshit drizzle on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was fucking stupid.
Like what is that?
Like just give me a few pieces, man.
And then the entrees were also small. So.
Yeah. So this is how I know that I'm different, right? So when it came especially to the entrees, especially towards the end, because there was so many plates, they always forgot one person's meal, right? Like everyone would get everything. Some people would even get 2 plates. One person would be like, "Where's my food?" And then they'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We'll get that for you in a minute." Now me, I don't know about you guys, right? But I've always been the kind of guy like if not everybody has food on the table, I'm not eating, right?
Yes.
Like I think you're the same too, right? And it doesn't matter if you like tell me to eat or whatever. Like I'm not eating until everyone has food on the table, right? So, like I remember one night in particular, one of the girls just didn't get a plate for like 10 minutes after everyone else. By the time she got her plate, everyone finished their whole thing, right? And I felt bad. So like halfway through, I'm like, here, just take my fries, start eating, or whatever. And she's like, Jamie, please, what? I'm like, I look at her straight up. I'm like, the food is free. I'm not in a hurry to fucking buy some more food. You know what I mean? Just
get more. Yeah.
We'll get more. It's not a big deal. So like like literally, I remember that point. I started eating my food after like she got her plate. My food was cold, and I'm like, you know what? The food might be cold, but I'm a good person.
Yeah. But my heart is warm.
Exactly. My heart is warm.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. It really, I mean, also depends. Like buffet breakfast, you can just pop down and.
Oh
eat.
yeah, no buffet. If you want to eat, you go ahead and eat.
But
right?
yeah, like dinner, especially when we were going out. Yeah, some people just chose to eat, and other people didn't. So I see the 10 minutes. I'm eating. If it's more than like 5 minutes,
go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take. Maybe I won't eat my whole plate, but I'll start eating slowly.
You'll eat the sides, you know. You start snacking, right?
Just try the fry on the side or something like that.
Maybe cut a small piece of the steak. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. In general, I do agree that you should wait.
I don't know about you though. Whenever I see a buffet, bro, like after like 2 days of just going ham on the buffet, what's it called? I'm too afraid to fart in case it might be a shit as well.
No.
Bro, I eat so much. Like when the food is free, like
I agree. So do I.
Like if I'm gone for a week at a buffet, I'm gaining 7 pounds. You know what I mean?
I honestly think let me take you through my breakfast here.
Oh my god, dude! Because you had killer breakfast. I'm not gonna lie.
I had a 4-egg omelet with all the sauce. I'm like running through the garden, you know, like
just Sebastian.
Yeah, I literally got everything inside of it, all the toppings,
like the cheese, the scallions, the tomatoes.
On the side, I got bacon and sausage. Then I had French toast and pancakes with maple syrup, with a side of tomato and cucumbers. Okay, that's number 1.
Fat fuck.
Then I would go back with a coffee. Then I would go back and I would just fill my plate with fruits and yogurt. And then after that, I would go find the dessert. But I would have more dessert, but the dessert there was just trash.
The desserts were like they were shot glasses of like shitty like fucking like mixes of like random strawberry bullshit.
Yeah, it was like the same kind of shit cake with a different fruit mix in between it.
Yeah, but it was always in a shot glass, so to get it out was a pain in the ass in itself.
Yeah, so yeah, I agree with you. When the food's free, you know where I'm at.
Like, cause me, I hated the food, but like, you can't fuck up pizza. You know what I mean? So if like the pizza I was going ham on, right? But like I'd always wake up a little bit later than everyone else. So I would just skip the breakfast, and then the second we got to the beach, there was literally a beach bar where I would just order literally 4 different plates of nachos throughout the day and just eat those nachos.
Yeah, and the burgers and the pizza besides.
Yeah, with the drinks, dude. We're so
lethal,
bro. When we're able to, we're fat as fuck.
I think we probably ate the most out of anyone on the in the resort.
Oh, I mean,
We're literally
no.
eating all the
I'm not gonna
time.
go that far because there was some fucking whales in that resort, dude.
Yeah, I agree. But
Like-
maybe, yeah.
Like at least after we ate, we went somewhere. They ate and then they kept eating, and then once they ate, they sat down and ate some more.
Yeah, or had a drink or something like that.
Dude, I don't know what it is. Whenever I go to a resort or a cruise ship, there's always like 5% of the people where I don't know how they have the money to go on resorts because I feel like all the money that they make goes to food. I'm sorry, you can't like.
That fat.
Like, how are you 500 pounds in like a wheelchair because you can't fucking walk, but you can go on vacation and eat more?
I do think like when I see someone who's like extremely obese, I'm like, how do you work even? Which brings me to a good like topic where
You know you don't gotta say it, which brings me to a good topic.
Yeah.
You can just talk about it.
which brings me to this thought. Working out and work. They are like if I don't work out, I don't perform as well at work.
What?
Yeah. And I like it makes sense because your muscles feel better, you have more energy. Like think about it. If you don't work out for years and years and years, you're weak, you're going to be tired all the time. Like you know what I mean? Even when you work out, you're drinking lots of water, you're staying hydrated, you're eating healthy, right? It all plays a factor into like having a strong mind when you start working for 8 hours a day, right? I also found that in school. Like my grades went up when I started working out.
Well, there is like scientific proof that working out and getting your blood pumping is really good for your focus and stuff like that. But unless you're working in a physical job like construction, I don't see why you'd have to be in shape.
Because working out is also very good for your mental health.
Yeah, but you have people who can focus just fine without it. Just like you can have people who fucking what's it called who get stressed a lot, but they smoke cigarettes or something.
Yeah, I agree. Like you don't have to work out to do well at work, but I'm just saying for me personally, it helps a lot.
Well, in that sense, it's more because you're used to it, right? Like where you're already used to being at I wouldn't say peak physical performance because we still have ways to go before we get there, but we know what it's like to feel good, right?
And we also know the opposite because
we've been both ways. But
did you ever stop working out when COVID hit?
Yeah, I gained 30 pounds.
Yeah, so
I got really
you look
fat.
at yourself, you're fat, you're lazy, you're like,
Yeah, you
not
can't move
right.
a lot. Yeah.
And I'm saying that there are people that can work out that don't work out, but I feel like if they did, they could perform even better.
See, the way I see it in that sense is like, let's say you have somebody who doesn't work out. They're not like unhealthy per se. They're just like a normal human, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not fat, just no definition, whatever. They can work just as well, in my opinion. But then if they were to work out and then stop, it'd be a lot different because they knew what feeling good. They knew what feeling good was before. Before their feeling good was just how they were, right? So I feel like once you start working out, you have to keep at the very least keep your keep the shape that you're at to feel good, because then once you start like me especially, right? So COVID hit, I had no access to a gym. I didn't have my home gym, and I ate bad. I've always been someone who's eaten poor up until recently, and every night I snacked before I went to bed. Had like nachos or whatever the fuck, right? I gained a lot of weight. So once I saw that, I didn't feel good. Like when I saw the fact that I weighed 215 pounds when I was about 190-ish before COVID, I felt like shit. And what I realized is that I need to work out to feel good. If I have good physical health, I have good mental health, whatever. But if I never worked out before and I just weighed 200 pounds my whole life, then it wouldn't be anything different.
You don't know the difference.
But I'm saying I would work well. I just wouldn't know what feeling good, like I wouldn't feel as good as I did when I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, I think that, and then it also transitions into working out when you have a job, because depending on if you go to work versus working at home, like if you go to work every single day, it is a challenge to work out after, because if let's say you get to work at 9 and you want to eat before you go to work, I assume.
Just say you have a 9 to 5 and you eat breakfast beforehand, right?
Yes. So like you're waking up at 7:30.
Okay.
Let's say, or maybe you won't even want to shower before you go. I don't know. I go to the gym.
Okay,
after
just say you wake up at 7.
wake up at 7. You're back at home at 6. So
You worked your 9 to 5.
you worked your 9
did
to
your
5.
morning
you
routine.
drove
yeah.
back. Maybe you ate. Whatever. It's not like when I get home, I have all this energy, right? Like I'm tired. I just worked the whole day.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like a challenge to get to the gym, but it does become easier. And the way that I kind of got over that mental block was just I can't even explain it. It's just like I just went. Like I didn't think about it.
You forced yourself for the first little bit.
It's
and
not
then it
even
became
like I
routine.
forced myself. It was more just like, you know, I got home, I was tired. In my subconscious, let's say, I didn't want to go, right?
Okay.
Because I'm tired. But I literally just like, I don't know how to explain it. I just got out of my bed, took the keys, took my gym bag, and went. Like, I guess it was, I didn't overthink it.
I mean, it all depends on like on what your work is, right? Like me, I've always thought that in that sense, I've always been a bit of a fucking like crackhead up here, where like when I used to like work construction, right? What's it called? You know this. You woke up at 7, you got to the yard at like 8 o'clock, let's say, and then you'd either work say either 8 to 3 or all the way to maybe 8 to 7, right? Like, and it usually between 3 to 7 was when you ended, but it was never the same time every day. So I knew that as long as I didn't finish work by like 7:30 and get home at 8 o'clock, I would go to the gym or I'd play soccer or whatever, right? Like I always knew that I was able to do that. This was more in my high school days, so it's a bit different, right? Yeah. But when people tell me, especially like, "Oh, you just have all the time to do it. I don't have any time to work to be healthy." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself." Okay?
Okay, I don't know about that.
No. I straight up like, go fuck yourself. You have the time. You choose not to.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care if you like it or not. If you think you have to do it, then you should do it. Right? It's not like the thing yesterday about sorry, this is not like our topic last week where it's like, should you work out? Everyone should work out. It's not that. I'm saying if your excuse for not working out is you don't have the time, bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I have kids. What, your kids don't go to bed? Or your kids don't go to school? Or what's it called? Your kids don't fucking do their own thing? What, you gotta be around them all the time?
It's hard for me to relate to having kids because I don't have kids.
Yeah.
But from what I hear, it's like you get home, you have to make them dinner, and then by the time you have to like entertain them, and then by the time, I guess this is more young kids.
Yeah, but like the way that I see it, like I'm sorry to cut you off, is like, so in a lot of the family situations that I've seen, let's say you have one kid, right? 2 parents, 1 kid, right? Not single mother, 2 parents, 1 kid. If you're at work, right, and let's say your wife also works, but she's home in time to pick up the kids from school or whatever. All right, she takes care of the kids until you get home. Then you take care of the kids while she does what she has to do, and then before they go to bed, she spends some more time with them while you're doing what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, at no point can you tell me you don't have some sort of time in the day to give yourself half an hour, just half an hour, to fucking lift some weights or walk or take a walk around the neighborhood or do something fucking healthy.
Yeah, I think when I do have kids, especially small kids, it's gonna be a morning workout.
I mean, yeah.
That's what my boss does. No, my dad, the other boss.
Your manager?
Yeah. He has smaller kids. I think they're like 7 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
So he gets up at 5 and goes to the gym, which is like pretty insane to me.
Kind of like Dwayne Johnson kind of vibes.
Yeah, but it's the way to go because then you come back, you have all the time in the world. There's always time. No excuses.
Here's another good way to explain it, right? So, my cousin, right? She has 2 kids, and then her husband is like, he works in high tech, and sometimes he goes on business vacations, whatever. But she's a teacher, okay? And where she teaches, everyone has Saturdays off. Sunday you're in school, right? Because it's not like it's not Shabbat.
Yeah.
Like she works in Israel, and she gets Tuesdays off as well because she does like high school kids. So her schedule is different every day, right? But Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday a half day, and Sunday she's working, right? Her kids are in daycare, right? Like they're 5 years old and 3 years old, right? They're in daycare across the street. So every day she picks them up, right? And if she like while her husband's at work, she's at home with the kids. And then when her husband comes home, they're both with the kids, or maybe he does a little bit of work upstairs, or she does some work or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's never a point where they don't have the time to do something by themselves or go for a smoke or whatever, while the other one takes care of the kids. Right. Or both of their parents live nearby and they love coming to see the kids, right? So there is not a time or place where you don't have free time at least twice a week. Because, some days you're busy, right? Some days you just got a lot of shit to do, right? I get that, right? But, when I went to go visit them, and I was there for just a week, one of the days, both of those kids stayed at my aunt's house, who is their grandmother, instead of their mom's house. And then, what's it called? Her husband was gone the whole week in Germany doing some work. But, if they wanted to go see their grandparents on the other side, they could, right? Or when they were at school, she had the Tuesday that she was at home, and she could do whatever she wants, or even on Saturday they could just plan a cool day, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. She had free time.
Everybody has free time.
Yeah. So I'll never understand why people come up to me like, "Oh, you're only in good shape because you have all the free time in the world." Like my dad kind of does it. My brother does a little bit too. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're not working. You're just in online. You were just in online school. You have all the free time in the world." I'm like, I could have made the excuse saying that I gotta study all day, or that I'm applying to jobs all day, or whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm working around it.
Yeah, and it's also okay, we'll see when I start working.
Yeah.
I don't ever It's hard to say because I did stop working out, but that was under an extreme.
You mean COVID?
COVID,
okay, yeah,
the gym
COVID,
closed.
Yeah.
But I don't ever see myself until I'm literally old and physically cannot work out, not working out, kind of thing.
You know what kind of?
I'm gonna work out my whole life, so for me, I will find the time, and anybody who wants to work out can also find the time.
Yeah, it's like having free time for any hobby. Yeah. You can't tell me that when you become a parent, you lose all your hobbies. Especially
they
you lose some.
A few.
Yeah, but you prioritize.
The gym should be at the top.
I'm saying,
and also it's just fun. Working out's fun. You feel good. You listen to music.
But I'm saying that you may lose ones that are less prioritized. But whatever's of a priority, for me, even when I have kids, I'm still gonna have my drums. Yeah. I'm still gonna work out. Maybe I won't play video games as much because that's not a general good use of my time. Maybe and less on my priorities. But I'll still have something that I can do when I want to.
Maybe you stop watching that, that time slot that you're watching TV gets cut away. Ooh. You start working out. It's big deal. You could still throw on a podcast if you're working out, or listen to music. There's other ways to get around it.
Yeah, but it's not even just working out. What's it called? You know what's kind of funny? What actually scares me about getting older? There's one thing that scares me about getting older, and it honestly kind of keeps me working out. And I'll tell you what it is.
I think I have the same thought, but anyways.
Okay, so you ever go to the bathroom, and you're on your phone or whatever, and time just passes by, and you stand up, and your legs are just tired?
Okay, I didn't think of that. But anyways,
you're ever in the bathroom long enough where your legs are fully asleep when you stand up or whatever by accident?
That has never happened.
No,
to me. No,
whatever. So I know that I'm good, right?
Okay,
I can hold on to the door if I'm fucking wobbling or whatever.
Yeah.
But my legs are fully asleep for 30 seconds. When I get older, and I'm talking 80 years old, I'm afraid that when I get up,
you'll fall down.
I'm gonna fall down. So
okay. I did not think we were thinking of the same thing.
No, think about it.
No, I can't. Let's think about it. It's never happened to me.
Because nowadays when you go to the bathroom, you're on your phone, right?
Yeah, but I'm a quick in the bathroom. I'm not I don't.
You're quick in a lot of things. Probably.
I don't sit there and just scroll the web. I mean, I do until I know I'm finished.
Nah, you probably quick a lot of that, bro.
Anyways.
But yeah, me, I take a long time. I just go on my phone and I just start scrolling through TikToks and I don't realize. And I'm like, oh fuck, whatever. I should finish up. I get up and I'm like, whoa, my legs, bro. Nah, holy shit.
Okay.
Now, I'll hold on to the toilet, top of, the fucking door or whatever. And I'm like, yo, when I'm older, I can't do that.
No, for me, what I was thinking of is I just don't want to be like, I just want to be a beast when I'm older, you know? I want my wife to like know that I can protect her, kind of thing, you know? I
mean,
can protect the kids, kind of thing. That's where I want to be. I don't want to be like that guy that is just like a frail old man, you know?
You know what I never want to be?
I want to be that jacked guy.
I never want to be
60s.
I never want to be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, me either.
Bro, I'm sorry. Like, this like nothing against them, right? But when if I'm the man of the house, I can't be not doing shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't like if I'm the man of the house, I can't have somebody else wear the pants in the family.
I agree.
Like imagine like what's like on a Tuesday afternoon, right? Someone comes to knock on your door.
Your wife is like, oh, it's such an exhausting day at work, and you go, oh my God, let me make you some food. Hell no.
Honey, do you want some coffee?
Yeah. Hell no.
Like my day off, sure, whatever. But no, like imagine like someone comes to sell something at your door like on a Tuesday afternoon at like 12:30 in the afternoon, and you answer the door, and then he's just like, "The fuck are you doing?" "Oh, I'm between jobs right now. I just my wife's at work. She'll be home later today. Why? Do you want to talk to the head of the household?" And I'm just like, like I'm sorry, like my what's it called? In my like the way that my family works, both people work until someone makes enough money where the other person doesn't have to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's a dude, right? Like
yeah, more often than
like
not.
when my parents started their family, they both worked. Like they worked at IKEA, both of them. And the second my dad was making enough money to support the whole family, my mom didn't work. She was at the house, fucking.
Yeah, and you do need that, like, to take care of the kids, especially when they're young.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Like what I'm trying to say, because I know it's gonna sound like I'm a fucking asshole again, but if she wants to work, go right ahead. Go if your dream is to fucking become a head CEO of a company, go do that.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree.
I can't be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry, like
100% agree.
Like if my wife comes home, oh, I'm so tired, and I don't want to be like, oh really, honey? I want to be like, oh yeah, me too.
Even if you make more, even if she makes more money than me and stuff like that,
Good for her.
I'm still working. Like, it's good. It helps the family and stuff. I'm still
Not even that. Like maybe she found a really good opportunity. Go for it. Yeah. Go be the best in your field. Whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna try to do the same as mine. Maybe my field's not as lucrative or whatever the fuck. Or maybe you're just better at. Maybe we both do the same thing and you're just better at it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Right.
Make your money, girl. But I gotta work. I can't be at home all day, fucking sitting on my ass watching Real Housewives of New Jersey. Fucking talking about, oh, what the fuck did this bitch say to her? Like
you gotta watch this episode of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Fuck no, bro. Like I can't do that. Like, and then whenever like, especially when I was in construction and I saw a stay-at-home dad, I immediately thought he was watching Real Housewives.
I see when I think of a stay-at-home dad, I just think of someone who's like an obsessive cleaner and like. He cleans all the rooms very well and makes sure everything's spotless and stuff like that.
No, like let me put it to you this way, right? So when I was working construction, just going like what's it called with my dad, and we would do like say 4 jobs in a day, right? At all times there was the contractor there, let's say, and either the husband took time off work to like make sure this project got done, or maybe he had a day off or whatever.
Which is fine.
Go for it, right? Or there was a stay-at-home dad while the wife was at work. And I'm like, dude, if your wife is the one telling us what to dig or whatever, I'm like, dude, you don't know who we are. Yeah. Aren't you thinking about protecting your wife in every sense of the way? Like you do not know who I am or what the company is, right? Yeah. Yeah. We could literally just be saying that we are this company and we're not, right? But you're gonna like, as a dude, I feel like you gotta protect your wife. By the way, we're definitely
kids.
By the way, we're getting canceled for this. 100%.
No, we're not.
Someone's gonna record this, send this to Keemstar.
Okay, like I'll give you an example. Like,
here, I'll tell you. Actually,
okay.
You go ahead. Sorry.
I think when I have kids, especially when they're infants, I trust that my wife will be able to take care of them and stuff.
Yep.
But I would feel safer.
Hold on. You trust her like she trusts you to take care of them.
No, but I personally would feel safer if, let's say, I was holding the carriage thing, right, versus her.
Okay.
Because I'll be stronger. Like my grip will be better. It'll be like carrying around like whatever, like a like a rock.
Yeah.
What's it called? Right? Like I
A
can
dumb-
just
a dumbbell,
carry it
yeah.
around, right?
Yeah.
Versus her, it might be heavy for her, right? That's where I see where it's like, okay, I got it. I am in control of this situation,
Yeah.
kind of thing. More, even though she may also be in control, I'm like, I can just move it around easier, kind of thing.
Yeah, like the way I'm trying to think about it is like, so my family is old fashioned, right? Like my grandparents, the ones who still live in Israel or whatever, they're farmers, right? And you see them like once a year, you know what I mean? When we go to Israel, but when we do go, the first, like, besides like, oh, hello, like, how's it going? How was the flight? Whatever. My grandmother's asking me and my dad if we want anything to eat, right? Then when my dad will say yes, usually I'll be okay, whatever. But then she'll go and she'll get something for her kid. Only if she asks her husband to help her grab something will he do it, right? Otherwise, he's having a cigar in the house and like he's chilling. Oh, Sami, you want to smoke? You know what I mean? It's not like he'll ask my dad for if he wants coffee, but other than that, it's really because he just wants coffee himself. You know, and he's gonna grab one, right? But like the mom, she like when it comes to food, she does all that stuff. When it came from the stories that I heard about them growing up on the farm, my grandfather was like, first of all, he's a fucking unit. This guy's 80 years old, could kick my ass.
Okay.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
He was a Greco-Roman wrestling champion in like the fucking in the
Okay.
60s or some shit. Like he is built,
Okay.
right? I mean now,
And he helps or he doesn't help?
like when on the farm, he was a unit. I'm saying like he did everything, right?
Mhm.
But then when he finished his day, there was food on the table, right? No questions asked. The food was usually fucking good, right? It was never like, oh, what the fuck is this shitty? No, it was like, thank you for making this food, whatever. It was respect, right?
Mhm.
There was gender roles, right? But now to me, it's weird that like everyone's ordering takeout because nobody knows how to cook, or
Yeah, I suck at cooking.
like what's it called? Or like one person's working and one isn't, but they don't have the money to survive.
In terms of cooking, it really depends. Like, I can cook, and
Yeah, but what can
Everybody
you really cook?
in
What can you really cook?
yeah, I'm not a good cook, but the girls I found, especially in university, would make a little bit more fancy meals than the guys would.
Well, you're talking in your scenario of there was like you and your boys' houses, and then you guys had like a friend of girls who lived right beside you.
Yeah, and they, it's the same. Like some of them did takeout a lot, and then other ones cook like mimosas and shit like that.
Mimosa's a drink, you fucking
Or,
crackhead.
whatever, like
Samosas.
samosas, and like rice, all this fancy shit. I don't know.
Rice is
No, I don't know. You know what I cooked, bro?
pasta.
For 4 years, no, 3 years. I lived in the house for 3 years. I cooked the same thing.
Yes,
I
know.
did. My breakfast was eggs with salad and toast.
Okay.
Then my lunch was chicken, rice, and broccoli. Basically unseasoned. It was salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And then an olive oil.
White guy seasoning.
And then my dinner would be like a beef, like steak or beef, whatever, with sweet potatoes and zucchini, grilled zucchini,
Okay.
on rotation for 3 years. And there would be like the here and there kind of thing.
The
But-
takeout.
No. Like I'd make a meal that I don't usually make, but more often than not, that was my meal for 3 years. But I was in the best shape of my life, so because it was literally just salt, pepper, olive oil.
It's fucking gross. Like,
So I'm okay with eating the same thing over and over again.
I feel like what we're trying to like get across without like, while also sounding a bit douchey about it, is like I still think that there are some sort of gender roles, like in my life, that I don't necessarily want to change. And it's not because like I'm not cool with progressiveness or whatever. Like I told you, like like if a woman wants to fucking make more money than me, go right ahead. If it like my brother is a great cook, no issue with that, right? Like go do what other people do.
Yeah.
But every relationship, I feel like nowadays needs to have its own set of ground rules.
Yeah, like for me, I'm probably not gonna be the one. I'll make breakfast, right?
Yeah, you know,
I'll make a solid breakfast.
yeah.
But like, when I come home, I'm not gonna be cooking fancy meals, right?
No.
I'm not gonna be the one that's the stay-at-home dad.
Bro, I swear to God, bro, if I come home from a long day and there isn't a 5-course meal, bro, you're getting it.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I agree that there's still roles and just the motion of the ocean, I guess.
Like go do what you want to do. But if I'm the one working and you're not, like, then what? Like, because you have to be doing something, right?
Yes.
Or if you're the one working,
Which is,
and I'm working too, how do we both figure this out that the home is still good, right? Because you're not doing everything.
If they're both working, you can afford a nanny.
Not exactly.
Yeah, if you both have
Not in our climate, dude. In where we live, I read it. Average income is $54,000 a year. Average cost of living is $102,000 a year.
Where we live.
Yes. Insane.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw some clip where it was like some guy was talking about the housing market and he's like, well, the housing market's like super insane, but our parents would always say, oh, like 20 years ago, I bought this house for 12 raspberries. And now it's like $2 million for a 1-bedroom house. 2-bedroom house.
Dude, no, there was literally a fucking garage sold in Toronto for $1 million.
Yeah, it's
A
ridiculous.
garage. Didn't even fit a car in it, by the way. Like,
It's
it was
just
that
crazy.
small. Like, and they expect us to come out of the woodworks making $200K a year to
We'll get
fucking
there,
afford
though.
something.
I know I'll get there. So,
Okay.
you know, we're gonna get a good jobs. We're gonna.
You know
We're
what?
gonna-
You know what I think we're gonna survive. I think we're gonna at some point in our lives we're gonna make a boss ass company.
I do. I just don't know what it is yet. But
I got ideas. I can't share them with you because you know some of you fuckers are gonna try to steal
hey,
it.
everybody has ideas, but it's about execution.
Yeah.
I know that. And I hate to pat myself on the back once again, but I know that in a work setting, and I realized that even when I played hockey, I know how to lead a team, and that is, you know, it's just true. Like I was basically the captain of my hockey team as a goalie, which
Basically.
yeah, like I didn't get the C, but when I talked, everybody was shut the fuck up and listened to what I had to say. I set the standard basically of what work should be done like. I'm not saying that I'm the best worker and I do everything the best. I don't do anything the best. But I'm able to lead a team. So I know that I'll make a great company. It's just a matter of when.
Okay, buddy. I mean, I wasn't gonna go that far, but like,
I know it. I just know it.
I just think I have good ideas.
Okay. I'll give you an example. My friend group, you like them a lot, right?
Yes.
In a sense, that's kind of like a team that I'm on.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like, we do things together and we have each other's back and all this stuff. We're like a strong friend group, right? Would you say that?
Okay, I guess.
So it's the same like that I do with hockey, that I make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's friendly and everybody knows what's going on, right? It's the same thing at work. It's the same thing in sports. It's this, not now, because now I'm shit at sports, but, but, you know, friends, work, and teams is where I excel.
I mean, I don't really know the correlation between that. Like, because if that's the case, then I have like the.
Okay, let me put it like this. I know how to make a group work well together. Can we?
You mean like you know how to like get people's strengths and like and put them
Yes.
together? Okay, fine, that's fine. If that's the case, then yeah, I have no issues with that at all. But
maybe the way I said it was a little.
maybe. But like I definitely think that I just have some good ideas that I am afraid to act on. But when the push when the time comes correctly, I'll have like the right idea of how to do it.
There you go.
But that's what learning is all about, which is why I'm going for those job applications, which is why door-to-door sales can suck my dick. Okay?
yeah, don't do door-to-door sales if you're over the age of 15.
And with that, I think we can end off the second episode of the Full of BS podcast.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. If you guys have anything you want to comment right now, let us know. If you guys have any suggestions for what we can talk about, how we can get the podcast out there, let us know as well. We want to thank you guys. I think the first podcast already has like 20 views or whatever.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think it was private for most of
It was private for about half the week, just so we can like see if we liked it to let it get out. So in what, like 3-4 days, already 20 views. We got some subs already.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I mean, slowly but surely, right?
We'll get there. One day we'll hit the fucking good old 100 subscribers, and then the 1,000 subscribers, and the 10,000 subscribers, and then boom, bigger than Mr. Beast.
And yeah, let us know, because we do want to expand eventually. I'm thinking that maybe after like a certain benchmark, we do like a giveaway of swag, like I was talking to you about.
Oh yeah,
like we make
cool
like
shit.
a custom hoodie, and then we can do some kind of giveaways. So let us know what kind of giveaways you would want to see.
Dude, I think we can make some bomb fucking hoodies.
Yeah, definitely, like especially us, or at least
Bro, look
me.
at my fashion style, bro. Come on, you tell me I can't make some nice shit?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm not dressed nice, but that's because I'm literally in the middle of doing all my laundry.
My guy
this
is
literally my last two things.
My guy's not dressed to impress, bro. Your boy's out here dressed to impress, bro.
So-
Look at this fucking tracksuit, bro.
Yeah, I mean the quality will be good once we get that going.
But yeah, let us know about any suggestions you guys have for how we get the podcast out there. I know somebody on my Twitter was talking about maybe doing Spotify as well,
Yeah,
which could be a good idea. But yeah, with that being said, guys, it has been a great podcast, I believe. We do sound like fucking assholes, I'll be honest.
we sound like assholes and know-it-alls. But it's true.
But with that being said, guys, this has been the Full of BS podcast. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys very, 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 very soon, next Saturday to be exact. All right, peace.